Meditation helps you to see the bigger picture of yourself. Why you are born, what you should do, what is death. It gives you a bigger picture of the death. Death loses its sting for meditators, for spiritual people. You know there is life after death, so meditators, they prepare for life after death rather than life before death. Non-meditators are fully bothered about life before death, but meditators are fully bothered about life after death. They want to ensure that part. They are not bothered about losses in this part. So life after death is very crucial. And if you are not bothered about life after death, then your life before death is a suffering.
Okay.
You won't come into meditation. You continue to be greedy. Subtle greed will be there. And subtle cruelty will be there. Even among good Samaritans.
Can I give an example of that, sir?
I have my daughter. My daughter loves somebody else in the office. And I put my foot down. Hey, you can't marry that fellow. He is not of our community. No, what is that? You are not compassionate to your own daughter. You say, hey, you cannot marry him. This is common in the whole of India. So this is a classic example in India. The other example of mother-in-law and daughter-in-law. Yes. Both are good persons individually. Good. But collectively, the greed, subtle greed comes.
Is it because of ego, sir? How does the greed develop?
It is because of lack of meditation.
Lack of meditation.
See, you have grown in a poor soil, the plant will be poor. If you go grown in a rich soil, the plant will be strengthy, healthy. Poor soil.
Yeah.
So in a corporate environment, a workplace, any family place, business place, government place, any place, the people are greedy. So we have to teach them meditation. Then they'll become non-greedy and compassionate.
Happy morning, everybody, friends and masters. Great afternoon and wonderful evening. We have to lose fear of death for us to experience life fully. I'll experience that infinite life. If we are in spirituality, means we must understand that there is no death. Because until we understand it, we are going to limit ourselves in many, many ways. Because when we think there is death, then naturally we are in the reverse order thinking about all the attachments we have. We worry about the people as if this is the only thing that exists. So we worry about how they're going to survive. What happens to this? What happens to that? It's the biggest impediment to freely experience our life. So we stop doing many things. In many ways, we stop taking risks. When we understand the depth, we also understand that whatever that we are going through, any kind of tough situation is merely an experience. The spiritual quotient that we're going to understand this week, as a 5th week of our program, will explore and develop a better intellect. Better intellect is the buddhi. If the intellect is strong, then intellect is higher, expansive. Then, of course, we can lead a life always according to our intellect, not intelligence. Intellect is what is right and wrong, which is how we are leading our life, wakeful life, through that intellect. Greed is the cause of all grief, as Patriji has been emphasizing, once you understand it. And the greed is coming, in most cases, because we believe that there's only this life, one life. There is nothing more beyond it. We don't even understand it. And so we want to go on accumulating. Beyond a point, we forget even that. We're just so attached to it, so we go on accumulating. We forget that what we come with is what we go back with. And so we come with nothing, so we go back with nothing. So we forget many ways. So this week, we're going to understand some of the spiritual science which helps us to develop our intellect. At Buddha's Quantum Foundation, we said there is spiritual scientific understanding. Every leader must have a spiritual scientific understanding when it comes to workplace. A spiritual scientific understanding that there is infinite potential in me, and so that is there with everybody around me. So viewing everyone as equal, everyone has the same level of potential, so we only have to identify, understand that thing, and then work with people from that point of view. Not merely by this one is 3 years experience, that one is 20 years, that one is 40. Everyone has that unlimited potential. We have 5 tenets like that, which we are going to understand this week. Spiritual scientific understanding, we listed them in our website. That all of this meditation must lead to having that understanding, so that then there's a beautiful growth for the organization, but there is absolute joy for the individual. At the same time, they're also allowing everyone else, that means in all other organizations, communities, to also thrive or exist. Contrary to thinking that we must dominate, we must decimate, we must kill competition. That's the word, kill competition. That's how the thought process in many, many corporates. It doesn't have to be that way. You don't have to kill somebody to get something, right? That is the primitive way. And so the spiritual scientific understanding, we will learn or we'll understand once again. We might have gotten through various points. But before that, understanding that there is no death, understanding that there is life continuum, understanding that every experience is from a learning, every experience is essential. Otherwise, we keep constantly talking about injustice and tragedy everywhere. We start pointing fingers at somebody else everywhere. So it is essential that we understand that everything is for an experience. So this whole thing can be conceptualized. The nature of personal reality can be conceptualized into 6 spiritual science laws. If we understand the nature of personal reality, which is to say that there is no death, there is a life after death, and the life continuum exists, and it is a lot more beautiful out there than here. And then whatever we're going through here is for an experience, not so, and hence suffering, and then joy and suffering both are taken equally. Shubha Ashubha Parityagi. So we are able to take everything equally. No matter whether I'm experiencing cancer, no matter experiencing deep business loss, I'm experiencing abusive relationship, can I understand that from a different angle? Can I view it as an experience that is sought for me to learn through some things? But that's what spiritual science is saying. And if you have to apply the quantum principle that our thoughts create reality, our observation manifests possibility, then it helps us to understand that, okay, so what are the chances of me creating this? At the same time, it's also giving me the possibility of how can I overcome, because it's with me. Observation creates a possibility. So my thoughts can change my outer reality. So can I change it? So we'll understand in this week, particularly today, about these 6 spiritual laws or theories which sort of encapsulate the nature of personal reality, how life is created, and then how life is moving towards infinity to experience. During the week, we'll also look to dig a little bit deeper into recognizing a purpose, understanding a purpose. Spiritual quotient is to recognize there is purpose for life and then align to the purpose, which makes us absolutely be fully contented, feel that our life is meaningful, feel always joyous, aligning to the purpose that we would have come with. If phone has a purpose, then there's got to be a purpose for this most intelligent body. It cannot be just for raising children and just having them settled. Everybody does it, including animals. Everyone does it. So what's special about it? There's got to be some purpose for each of us. So we'll try to explore a bit around how do we look into the purpose. So welcome for anybody who joined new for this program. We are in the fag end of the program. If you join now, most likely, always synchronicity is happening. So most likely, whenever we are ready for something is when we are coming into the program. So never to think that I joined midway, joined towards the end. I missed a lot. Nothing we miss. A deeper understanding I came to. So this is a way for someone who joined now, fresh, recent, to reinforce that their life is beautiful, that they have the capability to change it. So welcome for anyone joining new. We'll go into meditation. We are doing Ana-Pana-Sati, our breath mindfulness meditation. Our goal is to, in meditation, our objective is to empty ourselves. We are body, mind, energy. So we want to empty ourselves. We are body, mind, and then energy, where there were 7 bodies: physical body, energy body, astral body, mental body, casual, supracasual, Panchakoshas plus 2, Annamaya Kosha, Pranamaya Kosha, Manomaya Kosha, Vijnanamaya Kosha, Anandamaya Kosha. So we're all these bodies, but Pranamaya Kosha is what we are, and other koshas exist outside of us in energy, and the thing that separates is the thought, the mind. So our goal is to empty the mind, experience other bodies, experience that energy, that consciousness. All other bodies that are there are in the energy in various forms. So with meditation, when we empty ourselves, when we empty our thought, empty our mind of all thought, and so then we are experiencing, we're forgetting about our physical body, the Annamaya Kosha, so we start experiencing other ones because we ourselves are in this emptiness. So when you empty your mind, we experience emptiness. That emptiness is energy. That emptiness is various forms of that energy that exists out there. So we may experience during this emptiness energy, we receive a lot of energy, we experience a lot of energy in the form of body sensations. Maybe a little bit of physical body sensation initially, and as we go along, then we tend to drop all of the physical body sensations, so we start seeing higher visions, or we just be in a state of absolute emptiness without actually having anything. So our goal is to empty the mind, and we do this by observing a natural breath. Natural breath. So we do this by sitting comfortably with your eyes closed, remove your specs, fingers into fingers, hands in your lap comfortably. Keep your hands on the lap. Cross your feet at ankle, and then observe your normal natural breath anywhere in the nose. Observe there is breath going in and coming out. Cold air is going in, warm air is coming out. If you are sensitive to recognize the coldness and warmth. But you know that there is breath going in and coming out. Observe the breath, preferably here at the middle of the eyebrows. When you observe the breath, our mind becomes empty. When the mind is empty, then we are experiencing greater emptiness. Our goal is to be in that state of emptiness for as long as we want. In case we have thoughts, which is very common, bring your attention back to the breath. And then again, continue to observe. So we go into the emptiness. When thoughts are there, come back to the breath. If not, then be in that state of emptiness. I'm guiding, I'm playing some music to help us stay in the deeper states of emptiness. So relax yourself, dear friends. And then this meditation is called Ana-Pana-Sati Meditation, a breath mindfulness meditation. Before we go into this process, we are doing heart elevation, or a process to elevate ourselves into a higher emotion like love or joy or gratitude by recollecting an experience from your life, a good moment from your life, and then just reliving that moment, elevating ourselves into a higher emotion, which has an ability to bring our mind and heart into coherent states, which means slow down states, beneficial states. And then we do the Ana-Pana-Sati. So a few minutes of heart elevation, and then Ana-Pana-Sati, a breath mindfulness meditation for a long time. Relax yourself. Just follow my guidance for the heart elevation process for any first timers. Dear friends, with your eyes closed, with your specs removed, eyes closed. Keep your hands on your chest area. And with your attention on your breath and on your sacred heart, take a slow, long, relaxing breath, and can you feel your beautiful heart? Feel more of your heart center, the beat and rhythm of your heart, the seat of all emotions. Which is always increasing love for life with its gratitude, compassion, kindness, care. Breathe in to a heart center, that slow, long, relaxing breath, and feel your beautiful heart, which is nurturing all life. And can you recollect an experience or even a memory from your past or present where you felt enormous love, joy, gratitude, kindness, or any of the higher emotions, and relive that moment and elevate yourself. Relive that moment of love, of joy, and feel that energy. The more you experience this higher emotion, the more you experience connectedness with all things and everybody. There's only one heart. There's only one life. We are all deeply interconnected as consciousness in this energy field. Feel that energy and allow yourself to direct that energy to heal you deeply your attention goes, there the energy flows. Friends, let's go into breath mindfulness meditation with your fingers into fingers, hands comfortably in your lap, eyes closed. Observe your normal, natural in-breath and the out-breath. We are going into powerful group meditation. Observe your normal, natural in-breath and the out-breath, dear friends, and allow yourself to be with that shallow and lighter in-breath and the out-breath. When we observe breath, our mind becomes empty. Allow yourself to merge into your breath and allow yourself to become totally empty of all thoughts in your mind. We are tiny matter, all emptiness and energy. Allow yourself to experience that emptiness inside of you, all around you. yourself. To become totally empty of all thoughts in your mind. And as your mind is empty, can you become aware of that emptiness? All around your body, occupying your room. Become aware of this emptiness, that blackness, that void, where there's no body, no thing, no place. That's energy. All emptiness is energy. stay aware of this emptiness, that energy spreading far and wide. Become aware of that emptiness, stretching into infinity on your left side. How far does that emptiness go on your right side? That's energy. This is the unlimited quantum energy field with endless possibilities. The longer you stay connected to this field, dear friend, the more open you become, the more possibilities you create into your life. If you find yourself distracted in thought, go back to observing your breath and slowly merge into that emptiness all around. yourself. To stay connected to this emptiness of yourself. Everybody and everything are connected in this emptiness energy, this light. Friends, it's an honor and privilege to be exploring this life, to experiencing so much more in this life at this time of history. Express gratitude to all things and everybody, to your parents, your teachers, your mentors, for expanding our knowledge and wisdom. Be grateful to all the people, your family, your friends, your colleagues, your relatives, everybody, for helping us learn so many things in life. Express gratitude to this grand nature, the bird, the fish, and the animals, planets, or stars, for filling our lives with beauty, energy, mystery, and more. Be grateful to the technology, all the things we use, the places we use it, the systems and companies and governments that make our lives so comfortable and support our lives in many ways. Be grateful to yourself for caring for you, for caring for others, and allowing consciousness to explore through you. And be grateful to this intelligent universe for allowing us to experience so much more in this life. And relax your body. And let your autonomous nervous system repair your body. As you relax, recalculate your experience from the session. How did you feel? What did you see? Who have you become? And whenever you're ready, you can keep your hands on your eyes for 5 seconds, and then you may open your eyes. Okay. Okay, friends, hope you enjoyed that session. When we understand the nature of how things are happening, how this whole personal reality, how we are progressing, we start leading a life of light from darkness, darker life to a life of light. Tamasoma Jyotirgamai. Asatoma Sadgamai. So when we understand from ignorance to truth, then automatically we start living a life of light, joy, supporting, all the time happiness, absolutely living with our greatness, not bothered what others think of us, others make of us. Always looking to do higher things, always looking to explore. We are benefiting so much from Einstein. So there's so much that is explored. So many scientists have explored so many things. When you understand this spiritual science, laws, and understand how things are happening, we also recognize that our life is not just for creating another building, another house, another job, another company. Just because my neighbor has one, I have to have one. Just because these people have told me, then I must do it. This is how most of the time the life is. But the moment you understand the wisdom of spiritual science, the moment we chase and understand this, we must chase and understand what is more to this reality. How can animals be so happy in spite of not having anything? And why is that we are constantly having so much suffering? In spite of having that greatest mind to create things. The people, for the large part, that we're worshipping, whether it's Buddha, whether it's Sai Baba, whether it's Jesus Christ, whether it is Mahavir Jayanji, whether it is Guru Nanak Ji, if you look at all of them, they had one thing, Lord Krishna, they had one thing, they had this spiritual understanding, the knowledge, the wisdom. That's what they shared. They didn't share anything else. Rather than chasing them, we chase everything else. How many have thought about becoming a Buddha, becoming a Jesus Christ? How many have been going after that? Instead, how many are going after everything else other than that? Why is that we say, I want to have build an empire like Bill Gates or Ambani, and why not I build a repository of knowledge and then a great community like Buddha? Because it is all merely lack of understanding. Because our schools have stopped long ago to educate about the spiritual science or the reality of nature of personal reality, how things are created, how things are evolving. So the first thing, dear friends, in the 6 spiritual laws that we try to understand, is the first one is this theory of consciousness, that everything exists as energy. There is consciousness that exists everywhere. Sarvam Kalvidam Brahma. There is consciousness that exists everywhere. There is this energy field that exists everywhere, quantum energy field. It's all consciousness. It's all emptiness. There is nothing. Everything comes from nothing. A seed is there. It is nothing. It is so tiny. The banyan tree seed. Few years later, you see this big banyan tree. The movie screen is there. When the projector starts, so the movie comes onto the screen, then it goes away. After some time, nothing, there is emptiness out there, white screen. Projection happens, so there is something out there, but otherwise again it's empty. And when this projection is happening, when things are happening there, we make it so real, we are in it. Ah, that Bahubali must be seen, right? It is so real, it is so rich. For 3 hours, we're just not taking our eyes off of it. But we care least after the movie is over, it's all white screen, we don't even look at it, we just walk away. So there is emptiness. There is this consciousness that exists everywhere. And from there comes the life. And then it stays impermanently, stays for some time, and then it transforms, transmutes, or disappears. Many things are happening. There is consciousness everywhere. Sarvam kalvidam brahma. Aham brahmasmi. Tattvamasi. You are that. I am that. So the first theory to understand is that everything is originating from this energy. Now from this quantum field that we can recognize and understand, our body is 99% empty and energy. And so everything that exists is that empty and that energy. That's quantum theory, quantum physics. So it's all emptiness, it's all energy field. When we say in our entire program, quantum energy field, we are referring to that consciousness, that thing, that higher intelligence. It is not, cannot be a surprise. In this higher intelligence, in this conscious emptiness, there are many things. It cannot be a surprise anymore for people to recognize UFOs. There are higher vibrational fields. There are many things out there. There are frequency. Everything is a frequency. We view with our naked eye, we only view less than 1% of the whole light spectrum. Does it necessarily mean that there isn't anything that is outside of our visible range? Even within our visible range, what we see is so little because there are many things that animals we can't even see. That itself can tell that when there is a frequency difference, everything is a frequency, everything is light. So there is a different frequency, there is a different world. Can we conclude that way? That a different frequency, when some things, objects vibrate at frequency, then there is only so much you can see. When the frequency changes, you can't see that. A fan's blades cannot be seen when it is vibrating at a high speed. You can't even see the blade. Frequency changes, we know this. And so there's got to be, and if there are infinite frequency ranges, there's got to be many things out there which are unseen. Just doesn't mean that it's not there. So we understand everything is consciousness. From consciousness originates all life in many planes. When we say higher dimensions, there are many. Physics is saying higher dimensions, multi-dimensions. Spiritual science is saying many lokas, higher lokas, bhuloka, bhorloka, sovarloka, jaraloka, tapoloka. Many lokas are there. We are different frequencies, so many bodies are there. Physical body is there, astral body is there. There are many bodies of this. Can we experience it? We must explore. Whatever we learn is what we experience. That is the secret. Whatever we learn, whatever we contemplate is what we experience more, because where our attention goes, there the energy flows. So everybody can experience it if we want to go into it. When I learned about etheric body and aura around our bodies, back in 1999 to 2002 timeframe, I said, hey, this sounds cool. You can look at the energy field around somebody. So let me explore. So I tried the techniques, and then you could actually start seeing the etheric, that little gray matter around our bodies are the colored auric shields around every individual. You can see them. If you want to put your attention on it, everything is energy. You spend your energy to get something. Now up to you to decide. So I experimented bit by bit. I wanted to see what is astral travel is going out of the body. I experimented bit by bit. We read You Forever book, then you get all the techniques. Very simple. Just have to give a little bit of time to practice. So what we know is what we experience it. So if we say that nothing exists, what I see is real, then we are blindfolded. But then the moment we say that there is a lot more to learn, so we start putting our attention on it, then we learn more and more about it, we experience more of it. If 0.01% of the matter can give us so much pleasure, then can we explore to say that unknown, that unseen 99.99%, can it also give a lot more happiness and joy? Can we even look at it? That's the whole pursuit of us. When we become spiritual, we'll start exploring everything out there. So from there exists consciousness, emptiness, that's theory one, where everything's are originating, things are coming in, like a beautiful statue comes out of a big rock, and the statue is beautifully, it shows up one by one, little by little, as a sculptor is sculpting. Sometimes it takes time, sometimes it does not take time, it just comes up immediately. Sometimes it takes a long time. But it is there. And then the statue is there for a few days, and then after slowly, it transfers, it breaks, and then when it breaks, it goes back into the earth and becomes something. The banyan tree comes, and then leaves fall off, and then finally it goes and changes into another form. Same is the case with our life, the consciousness that is springing and coming in, taking a body, stays there for temporarily, then goes back into another form. Energy to matter. Life experiences come in, life experience finish, matter is done, somebody withdraws the attention, so we go back into the energy form again. So we have this experience that is recorded somewhere, samskara. So the consciousness, the Atma, or the soul that we say, which is an individualized one, is there. It is there. That is what we are calling it, the higher consciousness, higher intelligence, is there, individualized for ourselves, individual for you, for me, for everybody, and collective for all of us, one single energy field. So life originates and goes back. That's where the law of reincarnation comes. Punarjanma, law of reincarnation. Second theory. First theory is law of consciousness. Everything is emptiness, energy, that Brahman. And from there comes the reincarnation. We reincarnate, we take births. Many births as male, many births as female, many births as a king or a pauper, many births as a Hindu, as Christian or Muslim. Some lifetimes in America, some lifetimes in India, some lifetimes in Kenya. Different places, different environments, sometimes in countryside, sometimes in urban side. How is it possible otherwise for someone who gets born in a remote village but the whole family migrates to a far-off corner into America or some Germany and then stay there? They live their whole life without understanding the culture, without having to understand the language, but is still able to live in the other side. There's got to be a connection to be able to experience that life out there. So if there is this consciousness from where we're reincarnating, we come and go. When Bhagavad Gita beautifully saying, Jatasya dhruvam mrityuh, dhruvam janma mritasya cha. So that what is born must die, and what is dying must be born again. It's always born again. So reincarnation is there for us to experience various lifetimes. It is, the consciousness is exploring to find itself to experience itself in many ways. And how many ways? Infinite ways. So we reincarnate. You are a speck of consciousness, I am a speck of consciousness. That's what we call the soul. So it's there. It is reincarnating each time, life after life. Everything is an experience. Everything is, it wants to experience life. I want to be a mountaineer. So I'm experiencing a mountaineer life, a completely different life. Then I want a musician, so I'm experiencing a musician life, a totally different life altogether. If it were only one life, how can we ever explain? If any of you have seen Sony Idol, the singing show, how can you explain the 5-year-old, the 6-year-old, the 8-year-old singing so beautifully? Sometimes we feel like, wow, I mean, is she like singing and better than Lata Mangeshkar ji or Bal Subramaniam ji? That's really how they sing. How can a 10-year-old sing so beautifully? The talents are there. Where are they coming from? Who trained them? The greatest management gurus sometimes are failing, but there are these 15-year-old or 20-year-olds are building great companies and running them. Where is that intelligence coming from? That management intelligence to run a company? No, large companies. Who gives them? Where did they get the training? Steve Jobs, by the time he became 30, he was running a $2 billion company with 10,000 employees. And so all of this got to be somewhere. And this law of reincarnation is saying that we are taking different lives. And so in each lifetime that we're experiencing, experiences are there. So we draw from them. So that music, that well-singing child, that the singer from that who is at 8 years singing like that, it must have been drawing from somewhere. All that is there from past. Just the way we work in companies, and it's very natural for us to say, okay, yes, I've used this experience of going and traveling around the world. I know what to do, not to do from my previous company. I used to do these 5 things. So when we recollect it and we use that automatically from a past experience, all it requires is to see that the extension of experience is not just 30 or 40 or 50 years of life or 60, but it goes back into many lifetimes of experiences. When you read Brian Weiss books, many lives, many masters, same life, same body, many lives. Many books, Many Lives, Many Masters is one book that you can start with. Head of psychology department at University of Florida. He wrote these books long ago, establishing connection between an individual now to your past, because the lady was regressing, because the psychologists sometimes they regress. Hypnotism, they do it. And so she was regressing, and then she was going through, she recollected suddenly a lifetime or experiences which could not be corroborated to this lifetime. And she started telling about her dress, the way she was wearing, and it's more primitive. And then the people around she's describing, it seems to be very primitive. It goes back into the history of books and all that. He corroborates many of those experiences you narrated to be true. Hans Tenenbaum, Dr. Newton Kondaviti right here. I happened to have met him yesterday at Pyramid Valley. Dr. Newton, Quantum Life University. We must explore this past life connection. I've explored myself. I've taken several past life sessions to see myself. Some are able to regress, some are not able to regress. Those who did not regress doesn't mean it's not there, but many are able to see their past lives. What is important? There are ways you can clear off phobias, get more clarity, but many times you don't need it. Instead, you only need to go forward. Just with meditation, we understand the clarity. But you can see the past life through meditation. Many people have seen. There is a Rajan madam. We see the visions, glimpses of our past. And so when we understand the past exists, when it's slowly documented, so we can corroborate them. So law of reincarnation is there to say that, we're at 7:30, it's going to take at least 10 minutes, is to say that we are reincarnating, we're taking multiple births for experiences. No life is too greater or lesser. Everything is an experience. Equanimous to the experience is the key. Enlightenment means being equanimous to good and bad. I don't crib overly just because I've got this huge suffering into my body and my life. Neither do you get totally go out of control with joy, unbounded, only to lead to suffering again if I attach to the experience of joy. Go through it momentally. That's why we keep bouncing back on mindfulness is being to be in the present moment. Don't get carried away too much from the present experience into the future. So, law of reincarnation is telling that we are taking many lifetimes. Nothing is good and nothing is bad. Just like a film actor. The world is a stage. We're all mere actors. We start and fume and depart. William Shakespeare. Patriji always quotes this, and initial days used to wonder. The more you understand, the more you explore about these past lives, immediately, instantaneously for us, that the fear of death goes away. Fear of worry of leaving our loved ones behind. This is the phrase, right? We leave the loved ones behind and go without taking care of them, without setting everything for them. What do we set? That loved one is not even there suddenly in this COVID. In the December of whatever year, when that tsunami happened, who had what was there? Nothing existed for many people. Who can guarantee that today I can go to my office from here to the foundation this morning? Can I go? Can anybody tell predictably? What modeling that we are trying to do to set for everybody everything? Instead, we recognize that everybody is a divine consciousness. They are taken care when they live the life of the purpose. They're taken care all the time. When you align to your purpose protects you. We heard this from Shans Dagaji yesterday. When you align to your purpose protects you. That's what it means, is that you will be taken care. So instead of chasing the purpose, we chase everything else. Purpose is to feel that happiness here. And so whatever it takes to be happy is what you're doing. Breaking that habit of being old self, of wanting this, wanting that, blaming this, blaming that. So from reincarnation, dear friends, is there to experience life more. So there's no good or bad, there's no success, failure there. The moment we understand, we overcome death and we stop judging people. If somebody is poor, doesn't mean that he's just lazy or this or that. And the laziness may be there, but everyone is going through an experience. A beggar coming onto the street, we don't have a judgment for them. Instead, there is ignorance, what to do. Everyone is going through an experience. And so then comes from the law of reincarnation comes the law of karma, cause and effect. We spoke about this earlier briefly. Law of cause and effect is saying what you sow is what you reap. You're taking a lifetime of a prince, lifetime of a scientist, lifetime of a musician or a politician. What you sow is so you reap. Cause and effect. What I think is what I create. My observation, attention creates possibility. So what am I seeding? In this lifetime, what am I seeding? If my whole life is complaining about how this person has just screwed my happiness, how this person troubled me so much, if that's the only thing that I did, then that's the only thing I create more and more. What I think is what I feel is what I create. Law of reincarnation, cause and effect. What action you do is got an equal and opposite reaction. The moment we understand law of reincarnation, then we are away from attachment to an experience. We no longer crib about an experience. The moment we understand law of karma, then we are suddenly drop violence. We suddenly drop judgment. We suddenly drop interference. Because what we do, with authority and voice, we interfere into the lives of others. Then we also get interfered because it's got to come back. Law of cause and effect. What you create is what comes back. We are harming somebody. We also understand, have an equal and opposite reaction of releasing so much of thought, so much of patterns into the quantum field, it's got to come back, affecting us in the same way. So law of karma is at once bringing us to think right, talk right, speak impeccably, don't be hurtful, don't be talking things that have no sense, because whatever we say is what we create, and so it comes back into our life. We stop violence, we stop interference, we stop killing. We allow everything to exist. We move towards truthful deeds which do not cause us further suffering. That's truthful deeds are deeds without attachment, without expectation of anything. So there is a third law. Law of karma is essentially saying that you're experiencing various lifetimes, and these lifetimes up to you. Depends on what you want to sow. And all of that is coming from a thought and word. And so we start our thoughts and feelings and words. So we start becoming impeccable with that. When we correct it here, everything happens. When we correct it here, if our views are larger, right views and right intentions, two things Gautama Buddha, out of the eightfold path, right views, right intentions are the top two. If we fix that, right view is that no, there is infinity, there is abundance for everything. I can coexist with other people. Right view. Right intention is that, okay, I am living a beautiful life with this person. I'm experiencing grander things for me. If the intentions are good, then automatically they take care of translating into the right actions and efforts and everything. We got to just have this fixed here, right? Because thoughts create reality. So our thought process becomes absolutely clear when we understand law of karma. Now, as we are progressing, as we are doing things here, law of karma is, you're taking in different roles of law of reincarnation. You are doing things that are more expansive. Don't restrict life. Don't control life. Don't, because we'll re-experience it again. It comes back. And so we start allowing things to expand, explore. What does it mean? Like Patriji said in the morning video, if my daughter wants to marry somebody because she found somebody, and then I say, no, you all got to do only this, that's restrictive. The other one is more expansive, allowing things to happen. Let it flow, let it glow. So then there is this fourth law, which is saying law of constant progression, very important. Many of us, when we are taking life, when we are going through life, then there are times where we feel we're stagnated. There are times we feel like, am I like failing? The law of constant progression, law is saying there's no failure. A tree, a plant comes up. Is it only growing? Always, as its days of growing, there is only growth. It keeps growing. And then becoming bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger. We can produce more and more fruits to others, more and more share to others. Constant progression. It only stops growing when there is violence, when an external interference, somebody breaks the branch, somebody breaks the trunk, then there is interference and it stops. But otherwise, it is only giving more things, it's only experiencing more. So our life is to the same. Every failure that we think is a failure is a stepping stone for success, which is a fundamental element that we understand through constant progression. Because everything is for an experience. When Thomas Alva Edison was asked that you tried for light bulb and then you failed so many times, then he said, no. And every time I learned how not to make things that will not give me a light, give me a bulb. I learned in each time what not to do that does not give me a bulb, that light. So there is constant progression. That singer at 10 years old is singing like Radha Mangeshkar doesn't necessarily mean that she's come from where, from a past life, so there's a progression. On the other hand, somebody at 20 years still probably trying to go through that little bit of math and still struggling to get hands around that calculus, Where is that coming from? Maybe for the first time they're learning calculus in their entire lifetime. It's not just this 20 years of, that 10, 15 years of studies. that we consider. Instead, we must consider to see, have they ever done anything before? Those who are very good at mathematics at fingertips, at 10 years old, could be because they must have been having a lot of experience from the past. They draw it. Like all these youngsters, young entrepreneurs who have been running companies successfully must have been drawing all that experience from the past. That experience is there. In this quantum field is full of possibilities and experiences. So the energy has got to go back as an experience. It is there somewhere. It's there to draw. In another language, in our parlance, we call it Akashic records. Those of you who read spiritual science, when you say Akashic records, it is that. It is your past experiences of the present, future experiences. Chitragupta maintains the Akashic records at Yama, right? Representations. But one has the ability to access. That's what we do in meditation. When we become empty, when our pineal gland opens, when the third eye opens, when we say, then we are receiving that signal information, what is right for us, who is sending that intelligence, that higher intelligence sending all the right information to us. It comes into this physicality, into the brain, and stores there, and then becomes imagery at the right time in the right place. So suddenly, when you are contemplating, for a problem for your business, a beautiful solution comes. Where is it coming? We're drawing from the experience in the past. So there is only constant progression. There is never a failure when you look for the progression from a longer-term perspective. If I see myself, if at a point in time, Synovi company, after 12 years of there, we were not there. 13 years time when we became very successful, meaning we got acquired with a certain thing. At 12-year point, I see it as a failure if I just stopped there. But if I see my lifetime, even at that point, at the 12 years of point of Synovi company, it was a failure if I stopped there. So people say it is a failure. But if I look my experience from my year 22 or 23 when I started, and then till that point, the 20 years of industry experience, I say, I only progressed. I was an engineer, then I became manager, became a director, then I ran a company. Great, right? It is a progression. But within the context of that company, it is a failure if it has failed many companies, but it's not a failure. Overall, you see the progression. So it's like that, dear friends. Our lives are progressing. There's never a failure, never a stagnation. People who don't seem to do anything does not mean that they are just wasting their life. They're probably just taking a rest. Small rest, pausing momentarily. We all take rest, right? We finish a project, we finish a release, we release a product, and then we take rest, momentary of rest. Because there is 1 week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, there are breaks, vacations. So some people take a lifetime of vacation. Why not? That's why we have to understand those who appear to be not doing anything, and we say you're wasting time, you're lazy in your life, and you're just doing nothing. We got to become empathetic and understanding at everybody, because everybody is going through their own experience. It's only progression. So then comes the law of hastening progress, which is law of yoga. We become yogi at once. Tasmat yogi bhava. In Bhagavad Gita. Because when meditation is added, it is hastening progress, like a catalyst. We suddenly do everything faster. Our manifestation becomes instantaneous. So things start happening faster. So we understand life that there is only progression. The moment meditation is added, law of yoga, our law of yoga is hastening progress. Yoga is catalyst. Meditation, yoga is catalyst. Chitta vritti nirodha. That is meditation, not hatha yoga. Is that become catalyst. We use that into our life, so our life starts progressing beautifully, many ways. I was thinking of 5 crore revenue, now suddenly start visualizing and dreaming about 50 crore. Why not? It's like a catalyst. Catalyst accelerates the chemical reaction. What can take years can take, pretty quickly in a short time. And so the like catalyst, meditation, law of yoga hastens the progress. Things start happening fast for us. So we take yoga. That's why in Bhagavad Gita also, the tapasvi is there, the jnani is there, the karma yogi is there. But having yoga meditation is imminent. Immediately become a yogi, Arjuna. So it's told in the Bhagavad Gita also. So when we take meditation, we're seeing it, of course. We experience things so quickly. Things that we imagine that can never possible. In my life, I had to live with my sugar, BP. Now it's changed. So suddenly it opens up so many possibilities. My leg is healed. It suddenly opens up so many possibilities for me. I start doing now, immediately. So law of hastening progress is meditation, yoga. When you take to yoga, then things are happening faster for us in our life, much more clearly. And that is setting us towards infinity. That is the last law, which is law of infinity, theory of infinity. That means there is infinity to experience. How much to enjoy life? How many ways to play music? How many ways to play football, play chess, play the game that you're playing? Infinity. There are infinite worlds out there. Some have seen visions where they say the colors are different. When I've seen these fractal patterns in my meditations, it is just amazing. I don't have words to explain how to explain it. If you watch this movie, Doctor Strange, there are three-dimensional patterns changing completely. From one portal to another. It's called portals, various portals exist. So keep going from one portal to another. It's like that. That there is infinity to experience. So law of infinity is the final law we understand. So we limitless potential. That's what limitless potential is. We start experiencing life in many ways. We overcome fear of death. First we say everything is impermanent, we understand it. With the law of reincarnation, we overcome fear of death. With the law of karma, we stop violence, interference to others. That we start becoming equanimous with experience. With the law of constant progress, we understand there's no failure, we never blame ourselves. There are no life stagnations. There, everything is only progression, everything will get rest, assimilation. Progression and assimilation, that's all is there. Stagnation, no, instead assimilation. Failure, no, it's a progression because everything is leading to us. That's what we understand it. So we don't complain, crib. And then law of yoga, we want to attach to it, then we start experiencing life quickly, fast. And the law of infinity is telling us that I have no limit. That manifestation, when we say you are free, whatever you wish to have, you can experience. It is what it is. We are approaching from the point that we are infinity is there to experience. So this is the sixth spiritual science laws, dear friends. When you read, Patriji compiled everything in a beautiful way. Comes from many books. We've got to read so many books to understand several aspects of it. That's also the other thing, law of yoga. If you have a guru, then you're accelerating your learning. Meditation accelerates your life experience. It's like that. So we got to take and help of something to accelerate our learning, and that's meditation. We can learn by ourselves, but then we take a guru to learn something faster. So same way, we take meditation, so we start accelerating our life experience faster because there is infinity to experience. No hurry, but no waste time, but utilize it. So thank you very much for being there. It's always a pleasure to understand the six theories of spiritual science. The newsletter will cover this to recapture it. But we must explore for each of these. Books are there in many ways. But every field, everything we can have books. Start with reincarnation and karma books. Others are naturally can be understood. When you're reading Jadot Dispenda's You Are the Placebo book, we understand, the law of yoga and then the meditation importance, and then understand the infinity of creation. We understand them naturally. Because scientifically it's proving that, you can accelerate things, you can create things, and you can experience anything. But we have to go back and then read books on karma and this reincarnation, which is helping us to first overcome the fear of death. Thank you so much. We'll see you all at 6 a.m. tomorrow once again. Thank you.
Sriman Narayana, Lakshmi Narayana, Lakshmi Narayana, Lakshmi Narayana.
Okay. We have a few minutes left. Anybody like to share? Whoever understands Telugu must read some of the books that Patriji has written. This is Vakshetra, power of words. Of course, they are there in Tamil and in other languages too, Kannada. You have to get hold of the local pyramid masters to get to those books like Vakshetra. And this is Adhyatmika Sastram, is the 6 theories of spiritual science that he compiled so beautifully. The local pyramid center, if you connect with PMC and the local pyramid center, where you'll be able to get some of these books. Some of them are available on SoundCloud as audio. Everything is simplified when we have a guru who has walked that path, right? So their 40 years of experience is merged into it. So we take that. That's why we must read books. And we must. So this is simplified for me in many ways. While I've read many books, but simplified sort of expands my understanding of this with many examples. Then I add to all my examples of what I'm experiencing. That's all it becomes. So that way, everything has been put beautifully by Patriji, modern, new age spiritual science, without burdening individually, but having enough understanding so that we become free to live. So deeply grateful to Patriji, and that's why I love to spend time with him. I was there with him in Pyramid Valley again yesterday. Opportunities present. I cancel my appointments and I want to spend time with him. Yes, local pyramid centers, you can ask and say, do you have this Patriji small books? He's written about 12 to 15 of these small books. Many books are there. So there is going to be a 6-day program with 3-hour meditation starting 13th. So I intend to cover an advanced topic during the 6 days because this week is not possible to cover everything. So some of this core learning that Patriji put together, something that I understood, life after death. So we intend to cover those after 3-hour meditation in those 6 days from starting 13th. 4 to 7 meditation, 7 to 7:45. There'll be a lecture around some of these core concepts. Sanibalaji, are we seeing you on 4th? We want to have you there.
Sir, good morning.
Yes. We'd like to see you in Vellore on 4th.
On the 4th?
Yes.
Yes, I'm going to talk to Mr. Natarajan and plan our trip. Yes.
Please do. Please come and give your message. So on 4, 5, 6, 7 in near Vellore, near Ambur really, there is a big mega pyramid. Project is conceived, so that project is happening in different stages of it, in early stages of it. So there is a 4-day Dhyana Jagath function that Patriji is doing. 4 days of meditations and satsang, but it's all in Tamil. Maybe here speakers like me will go on and speak a little bit in English, but otherwise it's all in Tamil. And so all from Tamil Nadu, welcome to join because you'll have our consciousness expand significantly when you go to attend these events. We mix with many people from all over Tamil Nadu and other places. So I'll be there on 4th fully. Anybody would like to join, so we can absolutely meet there. Manivananji, you also should be there. You've taken so much lead, so much work in Coimbatore. Please come and then get an opportunity to meet so many people are doing this beautiful work in Tamil Nadu, right? So we must have a group of people coming from Coimbatore. All of you can come together. It'll be really wonderful to give your messages that day when you come there, because a lot of sharing happens. And of course, there are some good speakers are lined up on various spiritual science aspects we presented. Okay? We must see you there. Day trip. And then there is some nearby accommodations. You can also stay in case it's too much for a day from Coimbatore. So you can stay there overnight. And the best part of this is that morning 6 to 8, that beautiful group meditation happens, right? What we're doing here, I do it physically, and then they expect at least 1,000 to 2,000 people coming in there. Live will be there. Live will be then PMC Tamil of this, for sure. Come physically and experience it. Do that quantum jump in your sadhana. Okay.
Yes, Natarajanji also told, day before yesterday we met, in fact he was in Coimbatore. When we called, we had a very nice filter coffee evening we spent with a very good filter coffee. We spent some time, very great. And he did mention about it. I'm working on it. Let us see how the thing.
Yes, sir. If you come third night, I am there by that time. So if you decide early, we can get some accommodation organized there, right? Yeah. So I'll be there full fourth.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning, Natarajanji.
Yes,
With very great, he made his trip. In spite of the challenges, heavy rain in Chennai, more than waist depth of water, he has managed to come and return back. Very great.
Yes, because of the meditation experience and also the way attended the sessions of Buddha Seva Foundation, I am able to achieve this, sir. And everybody can achieve by making it, sir. It's a great opportunity for
yeah, great. Great. Only we miss Chenimalaji last week when he was here. Probably we will meet in Vellore.
Sure.
Yes, Vanimbadi, we will see Chenimalaji.
Yeah, I look forward to meeting all of you. And we have Mr. Natarajan battery of energy. So
yeah, he is very strong energy force.
It's always pleasant to wish him in the morning and good night, everything. He's so proud. I don't know where he gets the time. Thank you, Natarajanji.
All this happened because of the sessions attended by getting energy by all Chandrasats and group energy, sir. Group energy. Very great to be in the...
Yeah, it's a great thing. Natarajanji manages 3 hours sleep.
Yes, sir. So we look forward to having a group from Chennai, and of course, there is a lot of them are coming from Chennai. So Coimbatore, Manuvananji, we have to make a beginning. Come with a group, right?
Yeah, let me talk to all people. Gurudev is there. I will talk to him also.
Yes. Bring them. Okay?
Yes.
It's a perfect timing, Saturday, Sunday. And if it goes into Monday, Tuesday, but Saturday, Sunday at least can be utilized by many people. Okay. Right. Thank you all for so we'll see you tomorrow.
Gratitude above me, gratitude below me.